Hello, and welcome back, dear travelers. We have news from afar. These videos will be posted on Wednesdays, I'm told, as well as news from the land of reality. Stickers will soon be known. They will shine with rainbow, just like this group. So keep the ears perked, keep the eyes open, and click on the bell to be the first ones to notice.
To recap to what happened to our lovely players last session, we welcomed each of our players in the Snow Inn. That is a lot of inns. I just realised that. Gillie was quite happily playing for the masses, playing with their loot, while Knell took the time to question and introduce herself to our local barkeep in High Run, Hal. Soon she was joined by Gillie, while the pair were observed by Alyn and one other. I've forgotten the name again. Damn. My apologies. There was a brief part where Gillie took most appreciation of the rather strong individual, but they had to leave quickly. Long story short, Gillie got drunk, heard about some crystals from Hell who was being harassed by a nobleman, and decided these crystals sounded worthwhile, unknown of the dangers that lurked within the forest where they had to go through to get to the pass. Now, thinking this was very much a bad idea, and thinking that perhaps maybe she should warn the other individual, or even steer the other way, went after Gillie, soon joined by two others, who each tried to convince the drunk tiefling that going into the forest while drunk is a very bad idea. Unaware that they were followed by a mysterious shadow, who seemed rather amused by what was going on, and yet was intrigued by these crystals that were spoken of. But even halfway through the forest, they encountered a pack of hungry wolves, and all seemed bleak as each member of the party took an injury. Well, all but a couple. But they were saved by a green-skinned beauty, which Gillie took a rather keen interest in. Slaying the beast was easy after that, and now we join our party again, taking shelter under a rocky overhang within this forest. It's wet, it's raining, and it's cold. By this point, Gillie, your drunken haze is beginning to fade, and you're not 100% sure why you're out in the rain, but you don't really care either, as the crystals still seems to be a focal point in your mind, as well as the green-skinned beauty that you've sort of attached yourself to. You now have a new individual that has joined you, a cloaked figure, the shadows hiding most of their face. You're all sat under this outcropping and just waiting for this heavy rain to somewhat die off a little bit so you can continue your journey. You want to say
Cold.
anything?
It's wet. Knell is unhappy. Her leg hurt.
Illy just looks it around after taking a brief moment to kind of just gauge his surroundings, and he's like, apparently that was some strong stuff. There's either I'm still drunk and people are blurry, and one is more. There's a lot of pretty faces. I remember this face the most as he points up towards Hawks. I remember your pretty face. You're the most prettiest of them all. And I remember something about gems. Why is it raining?
Hawks just face palms.
Kiira being
Carrying
in
Knell.
Kiira
you
being
set
in
her
the
Are
down?
they sitting down now?
Okay.
Yes, everyone is like sat or crouched or doing their best impression of trying to get out of the rain.
Okay, then Hawks is like sitting next to Knell now.
Okie dokie.
Kiira is
Wait,
standing
Rocking
under a
her
tree
injured leg a
with
little
her
bit.
hood up.
Kiira is standing under a tree.
Okay.
In the
So
rain.
you are observing this very squished group under this rock overhang.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of
Yeah,
displeased that they all
There's nobody else
ended
gonna.
up following me, but they're like partly happy. Don't know.
Illy's
Is it okay
trying
to
to be as
talk, or
close.
is somebody else gonna?
Illy's trying to be as close as possible to Hawks, but
Kiki.
he probably keeps getting pushed away. But Illy's just like, I want to know more about you. Where you come from, what your likes, your dislikes, what I can do to swoon you.
You know what you can do?
Alyn is
You can leave.
Alyn is on the outside of the group, keeping a little bit away from them, as much as she can under it.
Okay. As time progresses, the sound of thunder grows distant. And the rain begins to lighten, and maybe the briefest peaks of sunshine comes
So
through the
we wait out
treetops.
the whole rain? I'd kind of like to ask everybody what the plan is.
Find the cave, obviously. Isn't that the reason we are all here?
Yeah, but we're in a cave, in the rain, in the forest, and are we're just going to the other cave, and we're not gonna do anything else. And Illy is getting a little more sober, but we're still following the tiefling.
It's not like there's anywhere else to go. So I guess we should continue as we were doing and go where the path goes. Going back at this point could be kinda useless.
I don't know about all you pretty folks, but I want these gems, or at least to be able to glance at such beauties in their natural states, like this big goddess next to me. And he just like does this hand movement up and down Hawks's like body frame, like yes.
So yes, the rain hits off, and the sounds of birdsong greet your ears as the rain clouds drift away. The ground is wet, you can smell the wet earth, but it's clearing up and it's beginning to dry. You had only diverted from the path just enough to get out of this rain. But can anybody remember the path that they had chosen to follow? Who would care
Should
to
be
roll
able
for
to.
survival?
Survival?
I can do
Mhm.
that.
I could also.
I will
You
You
what
can
is
fight
my
it out
survival?
between yourselves.
Yep, I'm gonna
What's
roll
your
as
I've
well.
had
survival?
advantage on survival checks.
I
We
have
have all to
advantage as
roll.
well.
I got a 17. Let's see. Survival plus 3, 17, 18, 19. I got a 20. Apparently the
Unnatural
drunken
20.
idiot knows where he is. He's done this
Usually
many
better
times
than
before.
me.
It's fine.
Okay. Gillie, somewhat you is like after taking one moment to briefly shuffle yourself up against Hawks, you crawl out from under this overhang and step up onto the wet earth. Glancing around, you can actually tell where the group came from. The shrubs nearby, as well as some of the grass, has been disturbed, giving an indication of footprints. And well, you can tell where you came from, as you're pretty sure that this disturbed earth and the somewhat similar hoof shapes in the ground is indication of yourself from where you came from. You know for a fact if you follow that backwards, you would probably get to the dirt path again. It's just a bit further up from where you encountered the wolves. Do you share this knowledge?
Oh yeah, Ellie's like, so we came from that way, and if I know right, crystals are that way. Rain stopped. I'm going to move on. He takes one step and then stops, looks back, and looks over at Hawks. Do you want to come with me?
Hawk's sighs. Just so you guys don't get yourselves killed again.
Yes!
Just
I mean,
that.
glad to have you to come along. And he starts walking off, back towards where he figures the gems would be.
And then
Okay.
also follows after the tiefling.
Good to say, who's following?
Kiira also gets up and just starts following, not saying a word.
Alyn does the
So,
same
yeah.
thing.
Okay, we're all
So,
following
yeah, also follow.
Alyn and Salvya. Right then. So from this distinction, our lineup is that we have Gillie in the front with Hawks, somewhat close by. Then we have Kiira. Then we have Knell. Then we have Alyn, and then Salvya. Am I correct? Did I miss anybody?
Mm-hmm. Nope.
Okay then. You take this time to observe the more wet landscape, all the leaves that have been blown off from the trees due to the approaching winter. Everything is just beginning to change color. But yet, this scenery has such natural beauty. And with the birdsong, it makes for a very much peaceful atmosphere.
Illy pulls
However,
out his lute and starts playing.
okay, Gillie, what are you playing?
Just like soft little melodies to go along with the birds singing, not like what he was before, where he was just kind of playing because he was drunk and in a stupor. This time he's just kind of playing along with the pretty nature sounds.
Okay, okay. Can Gillie roll a performance check for me, please?
This is where I'm gonna get my first one. Watch, and it's gonna be even worse than before. 14. Let's see. Performance is a 2, so 16. That's the same.
Okay. So yeah, you take out your lute and just strummed a couple of delicate chords to go along with some of the birdsong that you can hear. It's soft, it's gentle.
I guess we're a group now. I'm not sure I caught your name, and she points at Kiira.
Kiira looks at Hawks and kind of checks them out and just grunts rather quietly, but still so that Hawks can hear Kiira. Like, that's her name.
That was me talking. That was Knell.
Oh, no, okay. Ah, sorry. I just saw Wheezy's icon pop up. So, yeah.
Yeah, it does that for some reason.
It's more than likely it's your breathing that it can hear. So your mic's too close.
So the rest can hear anything.
I'm not breathing.
You're not? You
Oh.
should.
You know what it is? I live
be.
next to a major road.
But anyhow, for Knell then, I just look at them and grunt my name.
Hey, my name is Knell. So, you're coming too then. Okay. Good chat.
Kiira just nods and just looks forward.
Okay. Now, as you are following with the group and trying to make conversation with your newest member, you think? You're not 100% sure if this is an official thing, but it feels like it is. You're pretty happy about it. Something begins to burn like the edge of your nose. A scent. It burns. It's got that ashy, somewhat chalky sort of smell. And it's just drifting upon the wind that's just gently blowing across your faces. It's coming from about northwest
Do I
of
recognize this
the
smell?
pathway. You know this. You know this smell as smoke. Perhaps a burned out campfire. Or perhaps a wet one that got put out. But to have a fire this close indicates that somebody's actually either just further up this pathway, or perhaps maybe even a forest fire that got put out. You don't know. But you don't remember seeing any sort of encampments when you came down through the past towards High Run. Do you bring this to attention?
I think we might not be alone in the forest at the moment. You guys, is anyone listening to me?
Yeah, sorry.
Ellie's just
Should we
playing
check-
off in his own world of crystals and pretty sounds and his loot.
Should we check it out?
There's people. Are we? Maybe you should. Maybe you should stop playing. We don't know if the people around here are nice people. There was that very angry man at the pub, and what if he's here? What if he wanted the crystals too, Gillie?
At that, Gillie just stops, turns and looks like somebody else is after the crystals. I need to get them faster, and he starts walking faster.
Salvia
Yeah.
looks worried and cautious. Says we should be discreet, so we can make sure there aren't any dangerous people around.
Kiira agrees about that.
So does Hawks.
And yeah. So
Okay, so it sounds like 3 of you want to roll stealth. Does the rest of the group want to, or
Did
Are
did
we-
Gillie just take off running towards the crystals?
Yes.
First off.
Yes, he did.
Can I have
running
um,
after him?
can I have Hawks try to stop him?
sure? How do you want to stop Gillie?
I'm gonna yell, or not yell, kind of like whisper yell, because we don't know if we're alone. Hey, shrimp, quit it.
He stops.
Story learned: Gillie will always listen to somebody who's pretty.
Just kind of
You don't even need to roll.
stutters. Hawk's like, bless you, thank you.
He stops with like a foot out too. And he even like stops playing his loot. He's like, someone told him to freeze, and he's like, he did.
Kiira suggests that we kind of move out of the path and into the forest and continue from there towards the cave. Of course, not losing the path, but being hidden more. And of course, choosing the other side from where the fire is coming from.
Yeah, an excellent idea. Let's do that. Can we do that? I don't want to talk to that man, please.
Okay, sounds like a
Hawks
stealth roll.
nods.
Okay, sounds like a
Okay.
stealth roll then. Can everybody roll stealth?
Ellie won't move until
D20.
he's told to move
This
again.
dice is mean to me.
Roll a d20.
Which
Yes.
dice?
Okay, this is where I fail, guys. Just you wait.
Oh,
I
Um,
should be
sorry,
guessing
which-
my dice.
Guys. Guess who just got a 1?
Oh dear.
Just 1 second. Can someone tell me which dice was it?
The 20-sided.
Okay, well, I have a... Guys, don't worry. I have...
think
I have
the
a plus
proficiency
1.
stuff.
No, it goes along with Illy just still standing there not doing anything because Hawks didn't tell him to do anything but just to hold still. So
Nothing.
he's just like a statue in the middle of the dirt path.
Well, good news, guys. Hawks got a, got a 1.
Dear.
It doesn't even
makes-
matter that I got a 13 at least.
It makes sense. I mean, she's kind of big, kind of really bulky. Not the best at sneaking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. Okay then. So what are our numbers?
1.
18.
4.
Oh my god.
At least.
Also, remember
God.
to add
I
if you have
forgot.
any self.
Stealth?
Ah, in that in that case, 2.
I have a
Can I
3.
try again?
So I got a 7.
Ow. I heard a 1 and 18, and that was about it.
Okay,
7.
sorry.
7.
How about everyone
Let's
put
go
it in the chat?
in order, you guys. Let's go in order of our pictures on the list. So, Encat,
18.
and I got 13.
7.
May, 7.
Spazzy.
Gillie's still frozen.
I'm apparently a 9. Oh, what? No, 9, 10, 11. A 12 as I just stand there in the middle of the road. Apparently, the better hiding just standing there.
12 then.
So a 12 for Gillie just standing there as a statue. Best stealth. No one will ever see him.
If you
the
don't
rest
move,
of us are
they
going
can't
into the
see you.
forest. Isn't he gonna follow Hawks?
Yes, but if we remember correctly, Hawks told Gillie to stand still. So
So that is what he
Hey,
is doing.
Shrimp.
He is standing
Stop
still,
it.
perfectly still. Hawks didn't say anything else, just shrimps, stop. And so he stopped.
okay, Scarlet, what did you get?
Well, to be honest, I tried first in an app in my phone and I got an 8. But I just wanted to try in Discord too and I got a 1. So
Go with
honest,
your first roll.
the first
Oh.
roll was an 8.
Roll.
Okay, 8. Wheezy?
One.
Right then. With varying amounts of success, everyone disappears from the pathway and into the surrounding foliage. However, Hawks, as you try to duck into some of the through the trees, you overestimated how tall you were, and you are hit in the face by a branch. The wet leaves, someone sticking to your face.
Lovely.
Ouch. Ouch.
But you dart out of sight just enough.
All right. Well,
And
Hawks
and
is gonna, peel the
yeah,
leaves off of her
you
face.
just end up hiding behind a tree trunk. It's not going well for you. To put it simply. However, in addition to this, Gillie is still standing there. Hasn't followed anybody, just still as a statue, still with one foot up, and just like looking at where you guys left.
You coming or what?
Are we this buddy?
He follows after.
At this
With a
point,
12,
you can.
with a 12, you
Kiira-
dart in.
Kiira kind of looks at Hawks, being like, you should probably babysit him a bit better. Like, pointing at the tiefling.
Not his mom.
They seem to listen to you quite well.
I can take care of myself, thank you very much. And then he does this like little fast thing on his lute. Like kind of how at the Road to Eldorado, how he just lifts it up and does the whole ding.
Alyn is like, sure.
Real sneaky.
Why, thank you.
Gillie, you get the vague impression not everyone's impressed, but you're having too much fun.
I'm still a little tipsy over here, and all y'all are too pretty, and I'm having a great old time.
Yes. Anyway, you all have successfully darted in and hidden yourself amongst the greenery, and you continue on your way. The smell of smoke gets heavier, and the rest of you begin to smell it. And then something comes into sight. You begin to see 2 towering stone rocks that seem to be deliberately placed and shaped into almost very much a crude styled archway. Just 2 rocks with a third one just placed on top.
Do we
You're not-
recognize it?
Yes. Everybody would recognize it as it is the stone gate, as it's called. And that is the entrance to the mountain pass. You know, if you go beyond that point, you may as well say, I am in the mountains. As the terrain can dramatically change beyond that point. But in addition to this, various among you can see who are close to the path, to the dirt path, can see hoof shape prints embedded into the wet earth.
Illy puts his hoof
Indication of
next to
tr-
it. Hey, it looks like mine!
I think yours is smaller, dear.
No, look at that. It's perfect. I could have totally made these.
Do you want to roll a nature check to compare?
Yes. Let's see, where is this? I got a 3! Let's see.
A
So
3.
5. A total of 5. It's totally my foot. Look at it.
You're pretty convinced that this might be your foot. Although you're not 100% sure how it got there.
I'm gonna roll for funsies to see.
Sure.
4. But I have advantage on nature checks. I'm gonna roll again.
Mm-hmm.
7.
7's a bit better. You can tell by looking between the two shapes in the ground. Gillie's foot is a lot bigger than this, like, hoof-shaped print, but you assume that's more because she's a tiefling and some kind of animal, which you know this is actually a horse.
Sure, Gillie's feet would be smaller. He's like a 4-foot tiefling.
You underestimate the size of a tiefling foot.
Maybe
Look at my massive tail. You think I don't got feet to match? Rude. Assuming my foot size.
He'd fall over otherwise.
Or perhaps you underestimate the size of a horse foot.
Okay, to be fair, horse feet are pretty huge.
Honestly,
These
this depends
horse-
on the breed.
Yeah, these horse
Yeah,
feet
true,
are
true.
pretty large. So you definitely reckon, yeah, this is a horse, but perhaps maybe one of the bigger ones. It's definitely no pony, and not a donkey or a mule either. This indicates pretty much to you all that there's been a bit of traffic through here, and fairly recently. Another indication of this is pretty much the indents of straight lines in the ground that follow after the horse-shaped feet.
Ooh.
Perhaps a cart, traveler, merchant.
Wheels.
Who knows?
Hawks goes,
Particularly
oh,
traffic. But you don't know if this is good or bad. You don't know if this is the noble, or perhaps somebody else.
Hawks
Assuming
says,
it's noble.
oh, based off of what you guys were talking about, I'd say let's be kind of cautious because we don't really know if it's this guy you guys are scared of or not.
He said that he was gonna be going up here. He talked to the bartender, and he said that he was going to go look again. So I would just assume that it's him.
Yeah, so let's just err on the side of caution and
Illy just starts
Yeah.
making more hoof prints next to this other one.
you guys sure he's not a toddler?
Mm.
Why'd you guys let him drink?
Salvia will also agree with Knell, at least nodding, because honestly, no one else can afford but the nobles to have horse and go around like that.
Alyn is just watching, shaking her head as she watches Gillie.
Okay. So yeah, you continue on and a bit more cautious than before. As you pass through, Knell, Gillie, and Alyn.
Alien.
Alyn. Every other word but that one. Alyn. All three of you begin. You noticed, like just before, like the terrain begins to change into what looks to be a steep edge. You see like a what looks like a banner, a flag maybe, just over the top of just through some trees and just over the top of a couple of some bushes. Perhaps a tent.
What's that? Alyn said.
Maybe we should go the other way. I'd like to go the other way. Can I go the other way? Gillie?
But there's people. I could play for the people. I could get money from the people. The people could have coin. They could like my playing. I start walking up the hill.
There was some flags. Do we recognize any of them?
Roll a history check to see if you recognize the flags.
Which die?
D20.
2.
13.
13.
Yeah.
Okay.
And history. The 2. I got a 4.
4. So who had the highest?
I did.
Okay, what was it?
Did. 13.
13.
Yeah.
Okay. You know a lot of the local factions have pretty much the color purple mixed in, but the blue's a bit unusual. But it doesn't seem to ring a bell in your head, like where this could be from. But you're pretty sure it's not local.
Can I just quickly say, as Hawks, what are you doing? Just stop moving.
He stops moving
to
again.
To Gillie.
He stops moving as he's
Thank
still trying to
God.
climb this mountain to get to this tent.
It's not a mountain. This is just before the path changes into the mountain terrain.
Oh, well, either which
So
way
you've
he was
just
heading
got-
towards the tent, so.
Yeah, that's fine.
Let's give Scarlet a time to say.
So, did it work? Did Illy listen to Hawks or not?
Yeah.
Okay, then if he listen, I don't have anything else to say.
Fair enough.
Kiira notices that the Mandarins weren't around here, and she gets curious, so she starts walking up the hill now. But a bit more hidden in the trees, so she moves off the path but goes by the trees.
Okay, can you roll me another stealth check, please?
23. I got a 20. And
23.
also I have the 23.
That's a nice one.
Disappears into the trees.
That's why you didn't realize me before.
Yeah, all you guys see is that Hickory was there, but now they are not. Not sure that you saw them in the first place. But anyway, you guys decide to just hang fire for a second. You just wait. Perhaps Hickory will return. You're not sure.
We even noticed her leave.
Yeah. You notice her
Yeah.
that she's missing pretty quickly. But
Did nobody see me just walk out? Or you were all just staring at the tiefling?
Fucking shadow, dude.
At least Tail starts twitching a little bit, wanting to get closer to the tent, knowing that there could be coin. Hawks' hold is waiting.
Guys, are we sure? Are we sure he's an adult? Are we sure?
I don't think so.
All
Yeah,
is
I don't
that
either.
I need him because he knows where he saw my dad. I need to know where I need to follow him, and he needs to come with me to what was it? Gillie,
see it all.
where did you see my dad?
See it all.
Yeah, I remember, but I'm trying to.
Fair enough.
Okay,
At
well,
least just looking, kind of looks back, but you could see in his eyes that he wants to go try to make coin, and it's a struggle. It's like, I don't recall at the moment. I need to go make coin, and he takes another step towards the tent.
Gillie, I will beat you.
Ooh, is that an offer?
Ew.
Remember the racing,
Guys,
people, please.
guys, maybe we should have a plan.
So
Good
what?
idea.
I'm gonna say while this conversation is happening, we're gonna go to Kiira.
Okay,
Kiira, you have stealthily slipped your way past the group and up towards this camp. Using the trees and the bushes to your advantage, you are very used to this sort of lifestyle, and you're pretty light on your feet. As you get closer, you notice that this is quite a bustling camp. You can hear the heavy footprints of armor. You can hear the whinnies of horses. And you can hear plenty of talking, maybe the occasional shout is like, "Oh, bring that over here." No, not there, there. Put it over there. But you get to the point where you can see everything. And you've stumbled upon a camp. Quite an extensive one. From your vantage point, you can see about 5 different tents. Anyway, so yeah, Kiira, from your vantage point, you can see about 5 tents. But from the sounds of things, there's more. There's a lot more.
Do I see like armored men, or is there
Yep.
like any
You can
children or like?
you see no children.
Okay.
You see no women. You see a lot of armored men, but you also see men dressed in more not finer common clothes. So not common clothes that have been patched up time and time again, where they're to the point where you're not sure if it's a shirt or not. But you see men who have been dirtied by what looks like dust almost. You're not 100% sure, you're not close enough, but they look rather dusty. And you can see like what seems to be a wagon filled to the brim with pickaxes. A miners' camp, maybe? But it wouldn't explain the armored guards that you can see patrolling around, or the 2 that are standing in front of this entrance to one tent. What would you like to do?
Well, I can pretty much put together that they're mining for something, and there's also the talk of the gems, so they're probably after those. And they'll probably spot me if some random person would just walk around. in the camp. I don't think they would like that. So for now, take notice of the guards by that one tent, and decide to go back to the others.
Okay. You somewhat with some success, and it's like you trip a little bit, but you get away easily enough before anyone can investigate, and you head back to the main group, who are still discussing the age of Gillie.
But I gotta go. I gotta. There's gems. There's people. There's coins. I need to go.
Okay, so either he's a child or he's a crow.
I need crystals and gems and coins. They have coin on them. I know it, and I need to go play for them, so they will give me the coin. Takes another step closer to the
Who
tent.
says they won't kill you? Oh my
Salvia
god.
tries
You know what?
to
I'm not
tries
responsible
to
for
stop
this.
him.
Okay, hey, how are you trying to stop Gillie?
He finally holds his shoulder and says, "If they are nobles as we think, they'll kill you and then you can use any of those wealth you want."
But if they're nobles, they have even more coin.
Don't you know them? They'll just kill you.
You won't be able to get your precious gems that you're looking for.
He kind of puts his hands up to kind of weigh his options. But they could give me the coin, though. There's a
Has
chance.
anybody noticed that I'm gone? No.
You were noticed you were gone. It's more the case of Kiri. How did you come back? Did you just come back just like, yeah, I'm still here, pretty noisily, or did you like just slip by and now you're still in the same place?
I come out of the wood and just whistle at them to get their attention.
There you go. So yeah, this sharp ow,
Sorry.
this sharp whistle. The sharp
Knell's
whistle.
ears, of course, perk up at that because that's a whistle and she can hear it very well with those big ears.
Yeah, that might have hurt a little bit.
So,
Alyn looks over and at her as she whistles.
Yeah, so Kiri, you have been noticed.
Okay, now listen up. I went and checked the camp, and it seems that there's a lot of armored men and also some rich guys. And they are
Ellie starts
there
walking even
to...
faster.
Oh my god.
They... Can someone trip him or something? Can I just grab him by the neck, like behind that shirt, just hold him in place?
Yeah, roll for athletics to like just reach over and grab him to hold him there.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. 11.
11. Okay. Yeah, you grab a hold of Gillie's shirt. Gillie, can you roll for strength, please? Like, how determined are you to get where you're going?
Yes, give me one moment.
Mm-hmm.
This is gonna be bad. Oh no.
Oh, he only got a 7. Let's see, and you said strength?
Yes,
You're lucky. He has a -1, so 6.
that's fine. You successfully hold Gillie in place.
But money. You said rich person.
We've surrounded a lot of armor, and there was a lot of mining charts.
That means they have
With-
money for guards. The coin.
They don't have. That means that since they didn't have the crystals in the cards, that they haven't gotten there yet, and we can be faster.
But coins.
They are. That's a big camp, and they can't move that fast, so we can go by them.
He gives you these like big puppy dog eyes. But coins.
You get no coins when your neck is slashed open, but there's a chance for crystals. That's what you were. That's why you're here, right? For the crystals.
But
Not the
coins.
coins.
But coins.
Are we sure we want to risk our lives?
So
Kiira.
you
Okay.
now know what's just through the trees. You know there's a large camp. You know that there are possibly armed guards. You're unsure on how many. You know there are miners there with plenty of gear to mine. You know that they have coin to hire said guards. You don't know their purpose, why they're there, other than mining. You don't know who's there. So your party has a choice. You either A, investigate this camp a little more, find out who's there, what's their purpose, perhaps they have some indication of what they're doing right this second, or your group can carry on to find the gems yourself. Your choice. Choose wisely.
If we just go, we are at risk that they come after us and find us. And if we
If
try
we
to investigate, we could know where they are going and avoid them.
Yeah, and if they find us without us talking to them first, we could be seen as trespassing. Even though, not really fair.
I will say this
Those
once
flags.
now. If Hawks just picks him up and walks the other way, Illy won't stop. Won't even have to roll. Illy will happily be carried by Hawks. Just say it. Just say it. He will complain about
Not
not
because-
getting
Yeah,
coins,
but just
but
like Hawks
also
want to pick up
hot
Illy.
babe.
Just begging everyone to sit down and have a plan. She wants to know what we're doing.
We could try going to them and ask if they need any extra hands and figure out who they are. I don't think they are the nobles because I didn't recognize the flags as the local ones. So I don't think it's them. I could be wrong. Or we could try to sneak back past them, get the crystals ourselves.
I say we try talking to them. If it doesn't work, we run for it.
Sounds good. We can always throw the tiefling at them.
Yeah. Not that much of a loss.
They will go after the rich ones, and the guards will be protecting them so we can run out. Sounds like a plan.
Okay, so from the sounds of things, you guys want to approach the camp?
Sure.
Is everybody on board with this?
Yeah.
Do
Mine will
we have
follow
a
the
plan for
group.
how?
But we'll stay behind everyone. Keep an eye out.
Oh, there's so many people. You said there was a lot of people, right, Kiira?
Yes, there
Illy
was a
wants
bunch
to
of
try
tents.
to break free of grass and book it towards the campground to play. No one's
Okay,
stopping him or holding him back.
roll strength.
I'm
roll
so
strength,
bad at
please.
strength. Come on, natural 20. I need a natural 20. Oops.
I got an 18.
I got an 11, so 10. Did I break free?
I also
What did
have
Kiira-
I
what
also
did
have
Kiira-
-1, but I got a 19, so -1 is 18.
God damn it.
Gillie's going nowhere.
He just whines and complains.
Oh.
Let me free the coin.
So, for benefits, the group have decided that they are going to approach the camp, and if it turns out the camp is hostile, you're going to run for your lives. To sum it up.
Mm-hmm.
And Knell will do her best to puff herself up a little bit, stand a little taller, and not limp, because Don't want to look weak
Yeah,
going
that
in
does
there.
bear in mind. You are not in the best states.
Not at all. I have 6 HP, guys.
Oh, maybe they
yeah.
have healers. Maybe not.
You don't know.
Yeah.
Either way, we.
Mine still stays in the back of the group,
Either
keeping an
way.
eye on everything in behind.
So we have decided as a party that we are going to approach this large camp and hope to the gods that it goes well. Let's find out, shall we?
Are we sure this is a good idea?
No,
Absolutely
I am
no.
not.
not.
It's bad. It's a bad idea. It's a bad idea.
We still have time to go back.
But coins!
Eh.
You said rich people! Need to go
Would
play?
you know
I
if they
need to
didn't
serenade?
No, we were here.
Alright, who's going first?
I don't want to
Should
go.
I?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Where are you?
We know for a fact that Hawks, seeing nobody really stepping up, decides to lead the party towards the camp. Asking, going on the hunch that this is the direction Kiri came from. Soon, you begin to see the evidence of the campsite as well. You begin to hear the talking of the individuals. You can clearly see the flags upon the tops of the tent, acting as banners. You can hear the armored footsteps of the guards. And you can then, as you step out of the forest and into the camp itself, the evidence that this is a mining camp. The pickaxes in the wagons, stones piled up high in just a random pile. See any obvious evidence that a noble person lives here, or like a rich person, or anything like that?
Any of the guards noticed us yet?
You're getting a few looks. You have been noticed by the guards, but they're not. It's like they're watching you. They've got their eye, but they're not hostile.
Is Illy still being held at this point?
I think she's being dragged
Well,
yeah.
pretty willingly at the moment. I would have said.
yeah. Well, more or less, who's dragging who? Is Illy dragging because we're getting closer, or
Kiira, I think, yeah, it's like you're being held, like by the scruff of your shirt, but it's like you're walking in front of Kiri, who's holding you.
okay? So once again, he's going to try to break free of the grasp because
Okay, roll strength.
my
I'll just
worst
let go.
Need to do some.
Oh, you're just letting him go.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, you don't need to roll then.
I don't. So I
When you
literally
trip,
pushed
when you
myself
trip,
and bound myself
that's
forward.
surprise.
What was that?
If you start just running, don't you trip? Or, I don't know.
I-
What would
What I'm going to be doing is Illy's going to like after being able to. I'm assuming she just lets go, so she kind of bounds. He bounds forward a bit, and I'm assuming he might fall. I'm not quite sure, but he's going forward. And if he falls, he's gonna try to do a roll, try to save himself, stand up, and starts playing his lute. And he's like, well, "Hello,
Okay.
everyone." if that's good. I'm not sure
Overall, that would be a performance check.
how. Okay. Because I'm not quite sure how he would go about it after being let go. So I'm not sure how hard he was pulling. Oh my god, only a 4. Okay, the performance. Hold on. 5. Oh.
Ouch.
I'm so
Not the
sorry.
greatest. Right. You go forward, you stumble, you try to tuck into this roll, but you just end up flat on your back, and it's like you're still like trying to reach your loot. It's not that graceful, it's not that impressive, and you're pretty certain you're being laughed at.
Hawks claps.
Knell
Thank
is
you,
gonna
thank you. I'll be
go
here all week.
help. Knell will go help Illy up.
Sure. With some help, Gillie, you're up on your feet.
Alyn has a smirk on her face.
Kiira
So
just
this is
shakes
what we're
her
doing now,
head
yeah?
disapprovingly. She kind of
And
guessed
what's
this would happen.
what's Salvya doing?
Smirking.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay, so we're here, we're in the camp, and Gillie is obviously here to perform, and that's apparently what we're doing now. So, okay, Nell will go along with it. She's gonna pull out her flute and she's gonna start playing.
Okay, roll performance.
Please be good to me, dice. Oh, 14 with a +1. That's 15.
15. That's a nice roll. After helping your friend up to their feet, seeing that you're not 100% sure, but you decide to pretty much go along the strand that Gillie started. You pull out your nicely carved flute and begin to play a rather sweet melody, and it does capture the interest of the armored men, as well as some of the miners that are walking around.
Illy,
Gillie,
at this time, pulls out his loot properly. And she's like, I'll try this again.
okay, roll performance with advantage.
Yes. Okay. I'm such a slow typer.
That's fine.
Oh my god, only an 8. So.
Is that with
okay.
advantage? Because you can roll again. You roll twice.
Oh my god,
You roll
I'm rolling
twice.
again. Come on, second roll. 16 that time.
Hey.
So 18
Okay.
total.
18 total. Yeah, with confidence gained from Knell's soft playing, you easily swing around your lute and you begin to play this nice accompanying tune that captures the interest of the crowds around, of people that are around. And the two of you are playing quite nicely together, and you've captured interest. People are nodding along to the music, seeming to be quite cheerful. The morale of the area, instead of quite dull and subdued, begins to liven up. What would the rest of you like to do while the pair are playing?
Alyn looks around the camp, just as she stays still, just kind of looking around, taking things in and watching out, I guess.
Okay. With your passive perception, you notice that obviously you had the initial 5 tents, but looking down like the way from where most of these miners and armored guards are coming from, you see about 6 more. This is a large camp, and it looks to have been around for a while. Admittedly, some things look rather interesting to your just a glance over. You can also see like one particular tent towards the bottom of this trail seems to be more well looked after, well kept. The even you might see like an embroidered symbol, but you can't quite make it out. The distance, the symbol's too small. Would anyone else like to do anything?
Kiira, as she had earlier noticed the tent, which was more fancier than the others, decides to walk towards it, keeping her hands kind of a bit more open,
Mm-hmm.
because there was the guards waiting by the outside the tent, so he tries to go
A
towards
lot of
them
them
and
seem to be
talk
distracted
with them.
now.
Yeah, a lot of them are distracted with them, but probably the two guys are still at the tent.
Help, sorry.
Okay. So you're walking towards the tent.
Yeah.
Okay. As you walk towards this more well-established tent, this more posh, more wealthy-looking tent. It's not some of the more shabby tents that you saw earlier. You notice that the two guards that were stood outside the tent entrance are still there. They seem a bit more, a tiny bit more relaxed, and you can still hear the playing not far behind you. There's a couple of the there seems to be more of a guard presence near here. So you get a distinct feeling that there's somebody important in that tent.
I
Anybody else?
asked them. Oh, yeah. Also, what
Mhm.
were the others doing?
Actor is quiet and is not trusting at all this situation.
Mhm.
So she will try to maybe ask people around, but will try to fake being casual because she's quite uncomfortable with all this.
Right. So you want to talk to some people, but you want to fake casual. All right. Let's see. There's your passive. Having a look around, you you can tell that the atmosphere is quite jolly right now with the music playing. Um, Nobody in particular to you seems to be quite open to being approached, but you decided to take the chance with perhaps one of the more people who look like the miners. So I would like you to roll a deception roll, please.
14.
14. Is that plus your deception?
No, deception is 3.
Okay, so
So,
that's 14 plus 3.
yes, 17 then.
17. Right. You, despite the nerves that you can feel and the general distrust by the amount of people that are here, particularly armed guards, you actually saunter over quite happily. It's just like you're enjoying the music, pretty casual about it. You look a bit like you belong in this kind of atmosphere. You're quite happy about it. You take the moment to grab one of the miner's attention, and he turns to you.
Mm-hmm.
Can
Scarlet?
can, can I help you?
Yes, I was just wondering a bit. We were trying to travel to the next town, and I was quite surprised to see you here.
Traveling? Were you traveling to Hyrun, or are you trying to go through the mountain pass? Just so I know, like, the general direction of the town that you're going to. Always
Well,
a
we
good
don't
reference
really
point.
know. We are trying just to find good places to work at. And as you can see, my friends are good at playing.
Hmm, that they are. I'm rather enjoying this song. Although, admittedly, Taildale sometimes has better music. Either
Mm-hmm.
way, closest town from here is or village rather, is Hyrun.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. If you're looking for work, there is a job board in the town in the village. But I am not who to judge. We were just hired to minor cave up here, so work is work.
Yes. I'll take my partners then.
Say again, Scarlet.
Yes, because I kinda miss what work you said.
Yeah. Work keeps you busy. Admittedly, mining in the cave isn't exactly the safest. We've already lost a good number of people to cave-ins and creatures.
That's terrible. Then why are you trying here? I hear the area is quite dangerous.
We're mainly here because of the Lord Detran. He hired most of us here to hopefully find the mine of, well, to mine out these crystals, or so the rumor says. Put it this way, the actual boss that he's got in charge of this place isn't exactly the nicest. Roll performance, Gillie. So yeah, it yeah, they want to find the crystals within the mines. And, well, so far, no luck. We've found plenty of creature nests, though.
Maybe that way we can find some work. Some of us are quite strong, so maybe we could help with that. But I'll have to talk with my friends first.
Sure. If you head down to the tent with the symbol of Enstelos, the boss is in there.
Okay,
Give
thanks
him
for
a
your
try.
help.
No problem. Yeah, Gillie, with 15, you begin to dance, trying to persuade some of the people to start dancing with you, and you do succeed with some of them. Like, people start to sway and bob, but the heads and getting a bit into the beat. You get a bit of coin. It's mostly copper change, however, but you do gain about 7 copper coin from some of the miners who are really enjoying your music.
How many did you say? I'm sorry. Ellie's over here gasping
7.
over coin. 7. Okay.
Okay, so Hawks is like, oh, what the heck, and she's wondering maybe she should join in with her drum.
Does she want to?
Let's say yeah.
Okay, roll performance.
18.
Nice.
Oh,
Ellie's
I'm so
gasping.
glad I got a high number because I have 0 performance.
You wait for a moment, and then you seize your opportunity, and you join in with this heavy bass going dun 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 dun, along with the rather cheerful flute and the strumming of this lute. You make
That rhymed.
I don't do it intentionally. Yeah, you have drawn quite the crowd, and everyone seems to be enjoying themselves.
Can Ellie roll for another performance with like advantage or something, because he's gonna be really into this now. The hot green goddess is now playing a drum amazingly, and he's just like, "It's my lucky day. Thank you, Jesus."
Knell's gonna be having a lot of fun with this too. Probably shocked that Hawks joined in, but things are good now. Everybody seems happy. It's nice and relaxed. She's getting into this.
All
She
right.
might
Well,
try to start dancing too,
okay.
but just a little bit. Her leg still hurts.
Yeah. Okay. What I'd like the three of you to do
Mhm.
is to roll performance each with advantage.
All of us with advantage?
Yes, all three of you with
Okay.
advantage,
Only got a
because you're helping each other.
Glad we had advantage.
Me too. Oh my god, only got a 6. Why? 6.
I rolled a 12.
I only got an
The
8.
first
Why?
one I rolled
Why?
was a 1.
Why only an 8?
So,
First I got a 6, and then I got a 13.
yeah. First I got a 1, and then I got a 12. But I have a +1 on that, so 13.
Radio then. So we're gonna go for the top of the list. What did Knell get?
13.
13.
Yes.
Right, you're surprised to see Hawks has joined in with this heavy bass sort of drum going dun, 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 dun. You stutter slightly on your playing, but you start to join in, you start to sway, being mindful of your leg. Gillie,
I don't want to say it's bad. He apparently
What
got
did
too
you get?
excited. 8. He got too excited. I'm sorry. He falls flat on the
an
chest.
8.
Yes.
You falter a little bit on your lute, and it's just like the gods have been listening to me. It's like you're amazed. You filter in your playing a little bit, but you're quick to pick it up again. You are in absolute bliss. What did Hawks get?
13.
Okay. With the 13, it's like you start to like tap your feet to the beat of the tune. You're providing that heavy bass to the background, keeping a steady rhythm for Knell and Gillie to follow along to. Everyone is dancing. You can hear some of them making up a couple of lyrics. Yeah, it is absolutely amazing with what's going on. Over the progress of let's say maybe a couple of hours you're doing this. You gain roughly, from the original 7 copper that you gained, some of the armored guards have stepped forward and started to add their coin as well. This is really morale boosting. Everyone seems to be quite pumped up now to carry on working. It's like, this is a good thing. It's like everyone's joined in. You gain, from about 2 hours of doing this, improved band play. You gain about 20 gold?
Yes.
Whoa.
Oh my god. That's amazing.
All of us, or do we split it
We
between?
split it.
You split it between.
Yeah.
Okay, so wait, 1 second.
We can do that
After about
afterwards.
after about 2 hours, it starts to disperse a little. Everyone's like still bobbing along to some of this music, and they're quite happy to hear it still. But obviously jobs are cooling a little bit.
2 hours. Kiira was at the tent?
Kiira was at the tent for about 2 hours. You're having a good look around.
Oh no. I
But
wish
in
I
actual-
could have.
It's in actual fact, the way it works is that while this was all happening, Kiira was doing. You've approached the tent, and you can see the symbol quite clearly now. You can see these 2 armored guards.
Kiira is asking the guards who is inside.
Oh, that's just Sir Redwin. It's best not to disturb him, says one of the guards.
Is he currently busy or?
He's not. Some of the two guards look at you. He's not exactly the most friendliest of individuals.
I'm actually offering him. I would like to offer him something and do some business. If he has the time, would he be allowing me to talk with him?
Some of the two guards look at each other, and one gives a bit of a nod towards the entrance of the tent, and the other guard disappears inside. You hear some talking, and what sounds to be a male voice is like, somebody has come here to see if they can be hired for work. I haven't actually gone to see them. And Stelos must be shining upon us. Send them in. Someone, the other guard comes out and looks a bit surprised. Yeah, just head in, and word of advice, don't make him mad.
Will do. Kiira goes in.
Okay, just before we have the conversation between Kiri and Sir Redwin, May,
Yes.
you rolled a 6
Yes.
to see if you recognize the flags.
Yes.
Okay, with the amount of travels you've done, and considering that you're more from the west sort of area, these flags do ring a bell, but it's been so long since you've been in that area that it's like it's on the tip of your tongue, but it's just like the name escapes you. What would you like to do? Would you like to study these flags some more?
Sure. See if I can try and rack my brain and see if I recognize them or something even more, or think back. And
Okay, I would like you then to roll an investigation check. 20-sided. 20?
11. Investigation is 3, so that's 14.
14. Okay, you somewhat is like divert. Some of these flags are pretty high up, and it's just like you can't see the details. You're pretty sure there's a detail on one of these flags that you're missing. So you start to snoop around a little bit. You're not like being like sneaky about it. It's like you're just looking around, but you're looking for a flag that's lower to this ground. You do find one eventually. It looks like it's getting repaired. Perhaps it got snagged on a tree branch, maybe. Up close now, you can definitely see the purple. It's quite a silky material. The blue is not the light sky blue that you thought, but more of a cyan, or maybe an azure. You're not 100% sure the exact shade. You're not an artist. But you then see the symbol that you do recognize. It's like a sigil almost, you would say. The sigil is a shield shape with a white eagle spread winged in the center. And above sits like a crown, also in white. You know for a fact that this represents the represents the kingdom of Indasil, a rather large city to the west of where you are. Way west. It would take about roughly 4 to 5 months for them to reach this area. You're not sure what they're doing here. You know, Indocil isn't particularly hostile, but it keeps its workings normally in secret. For them to be in this kind of area, in plain sight even, kind of suspicious. With this discovery, we leave our various party members in interesting places. Knell, Gillie, and Hawks begin to slowly die down the rhythm of their song as the crowds begin to fade. We leave Alyn with this sudden burst of knowledge from discovering the location of where these flags have appeared from. Alyn, you are still lurking around, trying to catch little hints of information. And Kiri, you are preparing yourself for a meeting that you hope will go well. But that is all from us this session. And I hope you stay tuned for the rest of A Knight's Tale.